Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch up. Every Friday we take a look back at some of the main news, items and events from around the Cardano ecosystem. I've been putting out a few extra videos this week, and that's what I'm going to try and do going forward, is putting out a bit more during the week and then having these ones really an overview with more of the in-depth stuff going into the ones during the week. If you get value, please do share it out. If you're new, subscribe, give the video a like, and even comment down below. It really does help, especially when YouTube isn't sending out them notifications. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Starting out, taking a look at the TVL for Cardano and where we sit right now. So sitting at $175 million. And if you look at it in terms of Aada, setting new highs yet again this week. Currently, I think it is over 500. Let's see. So 463 million Aada in terms of TVL. If you include staking in that, then you go up to 560, I think it said 565 million Aada and TVL for Cardano. Looking at the big gainers for the last week, Minswap gaining 10%. Indigo still continuing to do really well, up 17%. Liquid, actually this is including staking, so we'll take staking off just for this. So you can see still Minswap up 10, Indigo up 17, Liquid Finance up 97%. So big interest in Liquid Finance and using the protocol over the last week. I'll probably have to do a catch-up video on that one fairly soon, an in-depth video looking at it. Wi-Fi up 44%. So lots of nice gains there in terms of TVL for some of the DeFi protocols. You can see Minswap still the leader at 63 million Aada. But Indigo starting to climb, starting to gain a little bit with 35, and Liquid really the standout for this week in terms of TVL gained. Then if we take a look at Taptools quickly, but I did do a full video on this one earlier in the week, and I'll start bringing one in every week looking at the different projects. Should I do that one live or do it pre-recorded? Advantage of pre-recorded is I can make it fairly short and snappy on the different projects. Live, I can still try and do the same thing and then take questions on different projects. So let me know what the preference is on that. Trending tokens, SNEC still dominating for Cardano in terms of trading volume over the last week. Bank had some massive volume. We talked about these two in videos earlier in the week. And Hydra looks to be a new meme coin. Had its bit of a run up, had a fairly decent pullback. And volume wise, I think it's coming in third right now for volume. So these are all ordered by market cap. You can see AGIX first, SNEC, even after the big pullback it had yesterday, still sitting in second. World Mobile has been getting a bit more interest over the last week. A few different things coming out with the team. There was an AMA 2 days ago. And if you look at the Earth node prices for the NFTs, the floor of that has taken a fairly decent move up over the last few days too. I'll dig a bit deeper and do a full update on World Mobile soon. And you can see the rest of them: MELD, Min, Aada, Kopi, and NTX, Indy, and Shen make out the top 10 for Cardano native tokens right now. But I'll do the deep dive into them next week. Then we have Aada, the monthly review. So this is something they put out every month. There's other projects, Indigo do it, Minswap do it, and I think Wing Riders do it, and maybe a few more. And I'm going to start that monthly review video early next week, looking at all of the different ones that are out there. So I won't go too deep into these right now. Just looking at it overall. So they show their TVL, the average loan, the average time to receive a loan. So this is when you put up what you want in your loan, the amount of time that it takes. 10 hours isn't too bad. When you bring in pooled lending, then that's when you can start having your instant loans. Token spotlight. So for SNEC, they added SNEC this month, and the APR is 115% with 50,000 Aada going through that. Most borrowed token overall is still Aada, followed by Aada, and the collateral then being Aada as the number one. And it's interesting to see Min token is in there too, fairly high for being used as collateral, in around the same amount as Aada. But we'll dive deeper into that when I do the review next week. Next up we have Minswap. So Minswap's monthly review. Once again, I won't dive into all the figures, but just to show these types of numbers here. The trading volume for May was up 328% for Minswap, which is massive. Their TVL overall grew by 36% up to $63 million. That's probably slightly lower than we just showed, but that's because this came out 1-2 days ago. Monthly active users up 82%. This is what I like to see, more people coming in, more new people getting involved in Cardano. And that's what meme coins are doing. There's good and bad to them. The majority of them are going to fail and fall away after a week. There's probably going to be the outlier that can last the test of time, but the majority of them are just going to fall away. They are bringing a lot of new users in, so hopefully when people come in to get involved with the memes first, they take a look around and see what else is going on with Cardano. Then we take a look at Sundaeswap. So Sundaeswap have released a few new features, and one that I really do like, we can see here they have update orders, open order book view, and then the Zap feature, which is something that Minswap have. It's where you have one token, you want to provide liquidity, and instead of having to have the two tokens to provide liquidity, you can put in the one token. The Zap feature will sell half of that and then put in the two assets into the liquidity pair for you. But the one that I really like is the update orders, and you can see this is the article that goes along with it. I will share this one out down below for anyone who wants to read it themselves. And the information on the update order, open orders, this is what it looks like here when you look at each individual pair. And I actually submitted an order here. I put in a limit order, so you can see for WMT, this was a test wallet that I use. So I put in to sell 50 WMT, and you can see it's there as submitted and it's pending right now. If I click on it, I can see the details. The current price is 0.37 Aada. My minimum that I want for my 1 WMT is 0.4 Aada. And if I'm not happy with that, I can go to actions, click on update, and then I can make changes to the order. So before this, you had to cancel this order, wait till the funds come back to your wallet, pay the fees, wait till the funds come back to your wallet, and then submit a new order. So what you can do here is come in and change this. So I can change the limit price, or I could even change it to a market order. Once I'm done, click on swap, and then that will upgrade or update the transaction. There will be fees for updating the transaction, but less fees because you're not canceling the order and then resubmitting a new order. So nice feature to have added in. Another DEX then that has been very quiet over the last while. We thought we might have seen something from them before this. Genius Yield. So the second distribution of Gen's tokens happened yesterday, as far as I know. So from their ISPO, initially 50% came out of the tokens you earned. Yesterday, you should have got the second 50%. So that should be all of the tokens from the ISO now out in circulation. The other update from them is in around when we might see some action. And again, there's a blog post or an article on it. The article, the main part of it really is that the testnet should be around mid-August, so still a good long wait for Genius. And then the mainnet should come within 4 to 8 weeks after a successfully completed testnet. So not much to see on Genius yet, but I do get asked about that a good bit. So that's the latest we have on Genius Yield. Then moving to MELD. One thing that I really didn't like about the MELD wallet was the social login. Now I know it's meant to be safe because no one entity has all of your seed phrase or anything like that, but I just didn't like having the social side of it. Fine for someone coming in new, but anyone who really wants to use the wallet and dive deeper, having a seed phrase is the best way to go about it. And MELD have rolled that out now. So they're rolling out a significant upgrade, personal seed phrase self-custody. So this means that if you're creating a wallet going forward, you do that and you get your seed phrase, you get your 24 words, just like any other wallet, which to me is better. If you initially created, you can see here, this process is just for people who had a wallet using social logins. You can get your seed phrase now. Personally, being security conscious, if I created the wallet using the social side, I wouldn't continue using that wallet for the long term. I would create a new one and get the seed phrase. That's just me being extra cautious on security. I'm sure it's all fine, but everybody can decide for themselves what they want to do. On wallets then, we've seen Lace Wallet has been open sourced this week. So this is the wallet from IOG. It is a fairly basic wallet so far, but they are rolling out fairly regular updates. And the latest one was that it has gone open source now. That means that anybody could actually build features for Lace, or they could take Lace and build on top of it and build something else. So great to see that it is being open sourced, and it allows other wallets out there to see how Lace is doing certain things and maybe implement that in their own wallets too. In terms of development then, we have Marlowe. So I done a video talking about this during the week, and myself and Paddy talked about it in the live stream yesterday. Marlowe is really making it a lot easier for people to build smart contracts, so no code or low code, so not needing much code to be able to write smart contracts on Cardano. I won't go deep into it here because I did do it during the week. So this is the Marlowe website. You can come on, get the documentation and everything you want to read about it. This is the playground, just in case people didn't see the videos during the week. This is what you can have with Blockly. So it's drag and drop the different elements of the smart contract. So when something happens here, when the funds are sent in, you do this and you can build out. You have all of these options here. Just drag and drop to make it very easy for people to build simple smart contracts, and in time I would say even more complex ones, and you can build them using JavaScript. That is another option that is there too, for which will allow far more developers to build on top of Cardano. Another one then that I mentioned during the week was Jpg Store. They have released their app on mobile, so that means that you can keep track of your NFTs that are up for sale. If there is any sales, you get notifications. Now you can't buy and sell on it due to the restrictions of Android and iOS, but you can link up your Jpg Store account and keep track of everything that's going on. If you want to buy and sell, I mentioned it during the week that Vesper is a really good mobile wallet, or Flint would be the other option. They have built-in dApp browsers that allow you to interact with any of the Cardano ecosystem on mobile, so they will be the main two there. Something else I covered earlier in the week then was Binance are now back staking again. I won't go into it much here because I've done it in other videos, but Binance had stopped staking all of their Aada over the last few weeks. They've now created 32 new pools and they have started to move the Aada into them, so they are back staking. But they've set up a new ticker this time with BSP being the ticker. That was already a ticker used by another pool that has been in Cardano since the testnet. So not good to see that they have taken someone else's ticker. Unfortunately, with being such a big entity, I don't think there's a lot many people can do. And Brothership Pool are in the tough position now to decide whether they keep the BSP ticker or they try and change to something else. Keeping BSP makes it a lot harder for users to find them, so because someone could go to delegate to them, type in BSP and end up going to one of the Binance pools instead of BSP. But look, we discussed it a lot deeper yesterday with Paddy, and I talked about it earlier in the week, so I won't go any deeper into it now, but just highlighting it for anyone that might have missed it during the week. Then Tim Harrison shared this one here about a SIP 1694 and Cardano governance with Voltaire. So he says, inspired by Mike's original work, the IOG team pulled this infographic together. Really good resource for people who want to dive into it and get more of an understanding of SIP 1694 in, I suppose, in a condensed way, but also in one that you can keep scrolling through it and start to figure out the different actors, the different entities, the different ways that it is going to work, or that it can work going forward. So you can see here the likes of the DREPs, the SPOs, the Constitutional Committee, and then just anybody who is delegating their Aada, how they can all play their role in it. And the one when you go in here, Able Pool has it here. You can go in and there's a much bigger version that you can start diving through. Links for that one below for anyone who wants to dive deeper. Then Messari have put out a report on decentralization is key to a resilient proof of stake network. So they put out a report looking at layer ones and their performance over Q1 for this year. And there's also this article that came out and it shows the active stake hosting distribution. So if we look at this here, this is where the stake pools or where the relays are hosted, and whether they're hosted on cloud or hosted at home, and how Cardano stacks up against the other networks. So you can see in general Cardano is fairly dispersed in where it is hosted. The biggest one being AWS has 30%, and then next up would be other providers here. This means that you could have multiple different providers in this big red one. So outside of AWS, most of Cardano is fairly distributed. When you look at some of the other ones, Avalanche, AWS takes up 67%, 35% in Near, and the other sections it's not that distributed across multiple different options. And what I would say for Cardano, something that might be missed here is that all block producers are hidden from the network, so you're not able to see where the actual block producers are hosted. A lot of people might host a block producer at home, so they have it in their own home, and then the relays might be in the cloud. The relays are what they are able to track here, and the location of where the relays actually are. Maybe in another video we'll dive a bit deeper into that one. And there is another one here. This is another article, State of L1's Q1 2023, only came out yesterday, so maybe I'll do a video in the next week or so looking at this article, as well as the one that they have here talking about distribution of stake. Closing out then, and I forgot to mention when I was talking about Minswap earlier on, the trading volume on the DEX set yet another high, trading volume high yesterday of just over 60 million ADA. You can see all of these here seems to be setting new ADA highs for trading volume at least every second day right now, and that is due to what's going on with meme coins. You can see SNEC making up 34 million ADA worth of it, Bank 9 million. ADA is down a bit yesterday, or the last 24 hours compared to previous to that, at 1.37, but in general it's up there with the meme coins in terms of volume. Min is generally up around there for trading volume too. The last one then to mention is, I'm not sure exactly what to read into this one, but The Witcher, which is a very popular show on Netflix, they tagged Cardano Gaming when they put out this post about The Witcher Season 3 Volume 1 is coming June 29th. Whether it is a mistake in the tag that they put out, I'm not sure, or what the connection is. Anyone knows, do let me know down below. And you can see it is actually the real Witcher Netflix account that put out this post, so it's not a one that is just a screenshot, a fake screenshot. But look, could be a mistake or could be something to it. Maybe we'll find out in the next few weeks. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great weekend, and subscribe if you're new. Give the video a like, I do appreciate it. Share it out, and I'll talk to you soon.